Minnesota Vikings legend Jim Marshall has passed away, the team announced Tuesday. He was 87 years old. The news sent waves of sorrow through the world of professional football and beyond, as fans, former teammates, and admirers alike reflected on the indelible legacy left behind by a man whose name is woven into the very fabric of the sport. A warrior on the gridiron and a gentleman off it, Jim Marshall was much more than an NFL defensive end. He was a symbol of unwavering resilience, determination, and love for the game. The Vikings organization shared the heartbreaking update in a solemn statement, expressing profound grief over the loss of one of the franchise's foundational pillars. Marshall, they wrote, was a cornerstone in shaping the Vikings' identity, embodying the grit and relentless pursuit of excellence that carried the team from obscurity into the ranks of the NFL's elite. He gave everything he had at every step, the team said, a testament to the tireless work ethic and passion that defined his 2-decade-long career. Jim Marshall didn't just play football, he lived it, breathed it, and inspired countless others through it. To say he was integral to the team's success would be an understatement. He was the beating heart of Minnesota football. Born in Danville, Kentucky in 1937, Marshall's journey to football immortality was forged through a combination of natural talent, tenacity, and an unshakable belief in hard work. A standout athlete from a young age, he went on to play college football at Ohio State, where his prowess on the field quickly gained the attention of NFL scouts. Selected in the 4th round, Marshall's professional career began humbly, but it soon became evident that he was no ordinary player. He possessed a unique blend of speed, strength, and instinct, qualities that would serve him well throughout his time in the league. Marshall joined the Minnesota Vikings in 1961 and remained a fixture of their defensive line until his retirement. In 1979, over those 19 seasons, he became a model of durability, never missing a game and ultimately starting in 270 consecutive contests, an NFL record for defensive players that still stands as one of the most enduring testaments to his toughness and commitment. In an age when the physical toll of the sport was brutal and the demands on players relentless, Marshall's ability to consistently take the field week after week was nothing short of miraculous. His unbroken streak symbolized not just physical strength, but a mental fortitude that few could match. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 248 pounds, Marshall was a formidable presence on the field, a terror to quarterbacks and offensive lines alike. Over the course of his career, he amassed 130.5 sacks, recovered 30 fumbles, intercepted 1 pass, and scored a defensive touchdown. He set numerous records, including the most fumble recoveries by a defensive end, and was a vital force in a defense that earned the nickname the Purple People Eaters for their ferocity. Marshall's play was not only consistent, it was game-changing. His ability to make clutch plays in critical moments earned him the respect of teammates and opponents alike. Marshall was also a 2-time Pro Bowl selection, an honor that underscored the high regard in which he was held by coaches, players, and fans. But individual accolades never seemed to be his primary focus. Instead, he was driven by a desire to uplift his team, to battle through adversity, and to represent the Vikings with pride and honor. He played in all 4 of the Vikings' Super Bowl appearances in the 1970s, a feat achieved by only 11 players in franchise history. Though a Super Bowl win ultimately eluded him, his leadership and performance during those campaigns were instrumental in cementing the team's place among the NFL's elite. The Vikings honored Marshall's contributions to the organization by retiring his iconic number 70 jersey, ensuring that no other player will ever wear it again. He was also inducted into the team's Ring of Honor, a fitting tribute to a man whose presence loomed large in the history of the franchise. These honors serve as permanent reminders of his greatness, etched into the very identity of the team he helped build from the ground up. Yet for all the statistical milestones and on-field heroics, it is perhaps Marshall's character that leaves the most lasting impression. In their tribute, the Vikings spoke not only of Marshall's athletic achievements, but of his generosity, enthusiasm, and enduring spirit. He was, they said, someone whose exuberance positively affected countless others, a man whose memory will continue to inspire future generations. Teammates have often described him as the soul of the locker room, a leader who brought people together. Through humor, encouragement, and unwavering loyalty, his influence extended far beyond the boundaries of the field. He was known for his community involvement, philanthropic efforts, and the personal warmth he extended to everyone he met. Jim Marshall's life was not without its challenges, and perhaps it was this very fact that made him so relatable, so human. He understood adversity because he had lived it, and he overcame it through sheer will and determination. There was the infamous moment in 1964 when he recovered a fumble and accidentally ran the wrong way into his own end zone for a safety, an incident that could have humiliated a lesser man. But Marshall handled it with grace and humility, even laughing at himself in interviews later on. That moment, rather than defining him negatively, became part of his legend, a reminder that greatness is not about never making mistakes, but about how one responds to them. Over the years, Marshall received numerous accolades and tributes, but he remained deeply humble. He often redirected praise to his teammates and coaches, emphasizing the collaborative nature of football. His humility only added to his legend, showcasing a man who, despite his towering presence on the field, never lost touch with the values that truly matter: teamwork, perseverance, and integrity. It is no surprise that even decades after his retirement, he remained a revered figure in Minnesota, where he continued to mentor younger players and engage with fans. He never stopped being a Viking. The football community is in mourning, but it also celebrates the incredible life Jim Marshall led. His passing marks the end of an era, but his story will continue to be told for generations. He represents a type of player that is increasingly rare, one who played not for personal glory, but for the love of the game and the people around him. In today's era of professional sports, where contracts, branding, and media headlines often overshadow the game itself, Marshall's legacy stands as a powerful reminder of what truly makes a player great. In remembering Jim Marshall, we are reminded of the power of resilience, the importance of humility, and the impact one person can have on a team, a city, and an entire sport. His journey from a determined young man in Kentucky to an NFL icon is the stuff of legend. He gave everything he had, every snap, every tackle, every moment on that field, and in doing so, he earned not just the respect of his peers, but the love of fans across the country. Though he is gone, his spirit remains alive in the memories of those who watched him play, those who stood beside him in the locker room, and those who continue to wear the purple and gold with pride. Jim Marshall may have passed on, but the legacy he left behind is eternal. May he rest in peace, knowing that his life made a difference, his work was not in vain, and his name will forever be spoken with reverence and gratitude. Rest in peace, Jim Marshall. You were a legend, a leader, and above all, a true Viking. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us in comment section below. Thanks for watching.